everyone, welcome back to my second vlog for BooktubeAthon Readathon. I will link the past one that I've done and my TBR down below. Let's just say things didn't exactly go as planned. Filming during the week has been really more complicated than expected. I don't have that time off, so it's really difficult for me to read all the books. So I wanted to do a recap of my last vlog because I feel like I didn't have a chance to really go in details into the books, and I will be inserting some clips if I have access to them from day 3 and 4 because we're currently Friday for me. And like I said, things didn't go as planned. My vlogging camera decided to just not really die, but the memory card thing doesn't work anymore, and I'm not even sure I'm gonna have access to my past 2 days vlogging files. So yeah. So last vlog I finished this book, which was the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams, which super popular sci-fi book. And I was so tired in that vlog that I didn't even like talk about the fact that this is so popular that usually you get a lot of backlash if you don't end up liking it, which was my case. And everyone will twist everything I say about it. And it's a short book. There's like 215 pages. And I felt like that it just started when it ended, which is kind of one of my pet peeves with like shorter books. I feel like they just don't have enough substance. I'm aware that there are 5 books in this series and that there's more in it. And it's not per se that I didn't like the humor, because every time, again, that seemed to be everyone's assumption. The humor was fine. Sometimes I even really liked it. But I feel like there was too much absurd in the book. It kind of reminds me, like everyone say that it's like that movie that I can't remember, Monty Python. Or like there's a French movie, it's called R, like 7 R's. And I feel like when you actually watch the movie, it's not necessarily laugh out loud for me, but when you take the jokes out of context and you just like have fun with someone that has seen the movie, it's actually more funny like that. And then when you rewatch it, you're like, oh. So I feel like that's kind of how it is for me, that type of humor. It's not that I don't like it, it's just that when I sit down and read a whole book about it, I'm just like, but out of context, the jokes are funny to me. You know what I mean? Maybe. So yeah, I ended up giving this, I think, 2, maybe 2.5 stars. It's just so complicated to try to explain this because, I don't know, I really wanted to like this, obviously, and I just was a little disappointed. I am aware that there's a movie and the audiobooks are available on YouTube and everything, so I may try that. I don't think that it's because I read it in English and not in French. I think my English is perfectly fine, thank you. So yeah, what can I say? Oh, and by the way, this was for the Green on the Cover challenge, and this one was the Read the Book Then movie, and my vlog ended with me watching the movie, which was so funny. I tried to include a little bit of it because it's so silly, and it's obviously on purpose. Obviously, Jane Austen was making fun of people from when she lived, and totally recommend at least watching the movie. I'm not sure the book is necessarily necessary. I feel like the movie is better. They did make some changes too. The book is written like in letters. So, by the way, the movie is Love and Friendship, I believe. So yeah, I totally recommend it if you're looking for like a silly movie by Jane Austen. I was giggling. If that's your type, you're probably gonna enjoy this. And then we're going to the book that I read during day 3 and 4. I picked up The Secret Life of Bees by Sue Monk-Kidd. And again, I'm not sure if I'm gonna include the vlogs of it or not because I was so tired and stressed and grumpy, and then I realized I was having my period like a week early and everything made sense. So I probably would prefer not to include the vlogs of this. I read like 150, 200 pages the first day, and then I finished it yesterday. And there are things that I really, really love about the book, and then there are a few things I feel like kind of rubbed me the wrong way. You know what? Let me start with the negative because I feel like I'm telling kind of the story as I'm doing that, and then I can easily focus on the positive. So, what rubbed me the wrong way is definitely the cliches. You're following a 14-year-old girl. She's white. She lives in the South, and it's in the 60s, and she gets the help. Like she basically runs away with her black servant and ends up living in a house with other black people. And the whole like, you know, it changes her life and everything. It felt a little like, I don't know, for some reason it really rubbed me the wrong way. And I have a feeling that if this was published in 2018 instead of 2002, it probably would be received differently. Maybe it's just me, I don't know. And the fact that like her dad, for example, is like the complete devil, like such a mean man, there's nothing nice about him. It feels so extreme and cliche once again. Anyway, there were a few things like that that kind of made me appreciate it less. With that said, I loved when she was in that house with everyone else, and it was like pretty much all women, like the love between all the characters, the relationship, the growth, and it kind of felt, you know, whenever you reread a book that you read in your childhood, like for example for me it's like Harry Potter, I reread it and I feel like safe and you know, that type of feeling. That's kind of what this gave me, which I really liked. I also like the religion that they kind of create for themselves, a little bit of a mix of everything, and it's very like feminist. And yeah, there was some really great team in there for sure. And I loved everything about the bees because obviously The Secret Life of Bees, one of the person that lives there she takes care of bees, and now I can't remember that specific name. I'm kind of like trying to explain this and I'm struggling so hard, but there's apparently a movie which I totally want to watch too. And I know everyone loves this, and whenever I was trying to vlog, I realized that there's almost like 1 million ratings on Goodreads. So this is like a big book club type of book, and I can see why. And I feel like kind of reminds me a little of, I can't remember the name, but whatever. It reminded me a little bit of that, and I know that, again, some people were rubbed a little the wrong way with it. So I'm not 100% sure what rating I'm gonna give it. Definitely over 3 stars. Maybe it's gonna be 3.5 or something, but I know, I'm out of breath. Just got a package, I had to run. But I know a lot of people really love it, and I'm probably gonna watch the movie, probably not now because during the readathon, I have so many to read. And this one was for the flip a coin challenge in the TBR movie. I said like heads or tail, and then I said it in French when he got it completely. So yeah, I don't remember if it was, in French it's pile ou face. So yes, that's the one for the coin toss. So book 3, done. And last night I started book 4, which is The Storied Life of A.J. Fikri by Gabrielle Zevin. And this was for the challenge of read a book. I should have reread the challenges, but the one that about like a job you would like to do basically. And he has a bookstore, which yes please. So I started this one a little bit last night and I read some today, and I'm currently at page 114 and I'm enjoying this like a lot. So far it's probably like a 4-star or something. So yeah, I'm so happy I decided to pick this one up because there are like 247 pages or something. So it's always like, do you want to go with a big book that you're gonna love or just a small one? Although you don't know if you're gonna love it or not, but you know what I mean? But this one has really great reviews. I was excited to start it, and even more after starting it. Like, just the first chapter, I was like sold. So yeah, I have no issue imagining myself finishing this like now. And then afterwards, I still have to read 3 books. The one with hat, the one with the pretty spine, and then just a 7th one. And I might change my 7th one because I just received the ARC for the 3rd book in the Murderbot Diaries series. And I have loved the first one. I was disappointed with the 2nd one, but then I have an ARC for the 3rd one and it's like 160 pages. So maybe that will be my last book, because if you remember, those are my 2 options for my 7th book. And this one, I read the first couple pages and it just seemed too slow paced. So I might keep it for after readathon because I definitely still want to read it. And then my other option was this one, which is Binti Home, which is the 2nd book in this series. It's fairly short, but I feel like I'm less excited to read it, like less and less as time goes by. And there are 160 pages. I feel like the first one, I really like the concept and the world, but I feel like the more time goes by, the less intrigued I am by it. I'm afraid I'm going to be disappointed by the 2nd one. That's probably what it is, and I'm kind of excited to try the other one. So we'll see what happens this weekend. But tonight, this one is definitely happening. Yeah, if you don't know anything about it, because I haven't mentioned anything, you're following a grumpy widow bookstore owner, and he's pretty much an alcoholic. He's kind of, I don't want to diagnose him with anything. I just feel like he's very kind of grumpy to the point. He will tell people how he feel, and it's not always polite, and he really loves books and try to like get to know people that way too. And yeah, I really love him. So yes, and then at one point there's a little girl that he's left, like a 2-year-old left at his store, and he decides to adopt her, and then that's his life story. And yeah, so far I'm really enjoying this. Like, I thought I was going to like it, but I like it more than I thought I would. Like, I would totally recommend this to people that if you liked, what's his name? Frederick Backman? I believe that's how you pronounce his name. That author, he wrote the book, I'm struggling so hard to speak, I'm so tired. A Man Called Uwe. Like, if you like that type of book, I think you will definitely like this one. I feel like it's becoming a thing more and more, like the grumpy old man. He's not that old, but like still stereotype of like, especially if he's like widow. It's a thing, and I'm liking it. So yes, enough talking, more reading. I'm sorry if the vlog is not the usual vlog. During the week, it's so much harder than it looks, and just with the period, I've just been not in the mood, and like the slump. My slump is actually doing pretty good, right? I finished 3 books in 4 days. Probably 4 and 5 days. Struggle is real. So I think I'm doing pretty good. It's not affecting me as much as it did on the 3rd day. It was bad. Actually, 2nd day, you saw a little bit. It was pretty bad. So yes, not my usual vlog, but you know, we're gonna go for it. I will do my best, I promised. So yeah, let me turn this off. I need to read this. It's just past 6 and I finished this book, and honestly, if you're looking for a cute, funny, sad book with great characters, I can't recommend this enough. The Storied Life of A.J. Fikri. I'm giving it probably a solid 4 stars, maybe 4.5. It's just really good. If you're looking for a summer read, especially, definitely recommend this. I just finished it, and I'm just like, ugh. I'm heartbroken in the best way possible. I just had way too much sugar. PR packages with food are always my favorite ones. Maybelline sent a new eyeshadow palette, and they had like candies that taste like lemonade, and I ate like most of them. So I need to like do something more. So let's read another book, right? I'm sad that I can't just move you around like with my vlogging camera, but like I said, I'm gonna try to maybe get it fixed tomorrow. This isn't a real vlog anymore. I feel like I'm just giving reviews and everything, but I guess it's better than nothing. Technology and me, we just don't get along, like, ever, apparently. Every time I need to film, I mean, my computer died, and now the camera. Oh, by the way, I have one complaint. I just tweeted about it. There was a freaking spoiler for a different book on my TBR in this book. I hate when they do that. Like, I get it, it's a classic, it's an old one. It's the Awakening by Kate Chopin. And they ruined the ending in this. So I'm really mad because it is one of the books on my pile of like small books over there. So if you haven't read that book and you want to read it, just be aware there's a spoiler in there. Which, why? Anyway, so need to get over it. 4 books. So far we're doing pretty good. Like, I know I didn't really like the first one. I'm not going back there. But the next 3 I really enjoyed. So if you're looking for short books, totally recommend these. Okay, so I'm a little nervous here because these are my leftover options plus the arc I mentioned earlier. And I'm either reading that arc or maybe Slaughterhouse 5. I've never read it, and I'm kind of nervous to not like it, you know what I mean? Like, I have been looking forward to reading some Kurt Vonnegut for years, and I've never picked up anything by him because I'm kind of afraid I'm not gonna like it. And I also have Cat's Cradle on that, again, shelf. So even if I don't like that one, I'll most likely read the other one too. So yeah, I know absolutely nothing about this. There are, oh, I thought it was smaller than this. Okay, there are 215 pages in here. It looks smaller than that. I'm really scared I'm not gonna like it. Afterwards, I will only have to read 2 more books. Can I do this? I need to start tonight, otherwise I will never finish during the weekend, because weekends, yes, I have more time, but I have other things to do, sadly. But this is the one for the Beautiful Spine, which I didn't have anything small that I hadn't read and that had a pretty spine. I feel like bright spines are pretty, so I'm counting this for that. So, wish me luck. I'll probably just eat pizza and read. Again, can't really show you anything. That camera is huge. Like, I have a Canon 70D, so it's like a huge freaking camera. I can't really vlog with this. I would like, I don't work out enough, basically, to carry this around. So I might try a little bit to move my tripod with me, but like, I'm sorry. It's not what I wanted this to be, but I shall start. So I wanted to update you because I couldn't bring you with me. Stupid camera. So I went to the store, grocery, brought a few things for the weekend, and bought some snacks for tonight. Didn't have hot Cheetos. I just got Cheetos because I haven't had any in like years. Probably exaggerating. Probably like 1 or 2 years. And I will include a picture because I was laughing so hard. They have currently, there's a newest movie, Jurassic World, which I've yet to watch. And since I just watched Jurassic Park, I was laughing because they have like Doritos that are with the dinosaur on top. And yeah, I received a few PR things. I couldn't again open them in front of the camera, but and a little bit later I will probably do a mask using this mask that was in the PR package from BooktubeAthon. And I was laughing because you know how these things are. It's always like crazy claims and you're like, okay, I'll try it. Well, in this one with the gorgeous picture of Rosie, it says in one application, healed, younger, and smoother skin, which, yes, please. And it says, the appearance of newborn skin in 8 minutes. So I think it's worth looking like Jason for 8 minutes if there's the small possibility that I will look like Rosie after. So I'll probably scare you a little bit later trying this one, but I like sheet masks, they're fun, so I'll see if that one works for me. Actually, probably should look at the ingredients to make sure I'm not allergic to it. No, I think I'm good. Because weirdly enough, my face despise aloe, which is supposed to be so soothing, but gives me like 2nd degree burns. So yeah, that's pretty much my night. I'm waiting for pizza. I have Cheetos. I'm gonna look scary, but moist like a baby. And I'm gonna be finally starting this book. I'm probably not going to do this all in that order because that would be a little too much. But yeah, isn't it ironic? I feel like a lot of girls also do this, and guys, obviously. But like eating junk while at the same time doing a mask because, you know, it completely balances itself out, right? I'm doing something horrible for my skin, even though it's delicious. And at the same time, I'm doing a mask, so like it doesn't really count. We all know this at this point. So this is my Friday night, super exciting. I'll probably even like watch a movie or something. And yeah, I do need to finish this book. I'm taking that back. I need to start this book. If I can read like 50 to 100 pages like now, let's go for 50, I'll be happy with my night and then I can watch whatever. Maybe when the movie's related to what I'm reading, probably not. I'll update you, but I can't really show you. So this is literally the worst reading vlog ever, but we're committed to doing it. I told myself I was doing reading vlogs for the whole thing. You're all gonna think I have like the worst diet ever. I just had like a bunch of candies and then Cheetos and I'm having pizza later. I'm usually eating super healthy, except when it's that time of the month, then like, don't try me. I'm eating the junk. It's all about balance, except that week.
Are you filming?
Yes, I'm filming. Yes, I'm eating Cheetos. You will not steal them from me. Myself, always.